In this legal series, I would like to talk about ODR, Online Dispute Resolution. It is very important how it emerged and how now ODR is playing well in the midst of the people and business people. I'm going to explain to you. It is part of ADR, arbitration and dispute resolution, alternative dispute resolution. Alternative dispute resolution consists of arbitration, mediation, conciliation, and negotiation. All these systems are included into the ADR, alternative dispute resolution. But now this ODR has become an important one. It started in the early 90s. It is also in the United Nations and mostly developed nation. The small nations also like Singapore introduced this ODR very earlier. But India, after adoption of the ADR, is now considering the biggest asset in ODR. Online system, only after this Corona period, COVID-19 period, the government of India was reconsidering its thought to do some the effective works on the ODR. In the initial time worldwide, the private platforms were being used for the response ODR system. The private companies and private platforms, they had been using the ODR system to solve the problems using arbitration and mediation, conciliation, negotiation, anything. But it has been made now effective even by the Supreme Court of India. During the time of the COVID-19, the Supreme Court of India and also central government participated in the meeting and during the responsive meeting of the Niti Aayog and framed the legal framework for it. But now and really on the online, we can find the solution for the disputes, whatever disputes. It's a commerce and more things. Because now e-commerce have becomes really order of the day. E-commerce really is being done by the more organization, by the individuals, and also group of the also people and firms and registered companies and more things. They are using the Samsung really this now UDR to solve their problems. It is very easy. When you take the Samsung really in the business accessibility nations, India plays now the nearly around 150. And before it was nearly 200 and above. Now it has been reduced to whatever may be. The contracts, implementation and enforcement of the contract through ODR is not possible. I think so. But it may be made possible in future. But it gives them really the business movement among the business companies and the business peoples in the ODR system. As part of a business improvement, the India is now in a position to give an importance to the ODR. Maximum companies from the foreign nation, they come to invest in India for the first infrastructure, at the same time best business accessibility. The ODR also is one of the best one. Recently, the government of India amended the Act, Specific Referee Act, to enforce the contract. The Act was really as what enacted in 2018. It replaced maximum provisions and it added more provisions, and whereby it is convincing the world investors or foreign investors that India is a business accessible area. ODR is one among them. The ODR has to be developed convincingly without affecting ordinary people. But what it is needed, only digital literacy among the people. The Indian people maximum not sustaining the digital literacy. The people are not interested in digital literacy. If we take the youngster, they rely on digital, but not the old people and residing in rural areas. They are not at all aware of the digital transaction and everything. They are not at all interested also. This digital literacy has to be educated by the government with more initiatives. So let us expect the digital literacy and ODR system in future in India. Thank you.